So boom, hey, my name is Broadnax and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video on my business. I'm going to be talking about my business, how I started my business, and answering like any questions that anybody may have had. I put on my Facebook, my Snapchat, my Instagram, like anybody had any questions they wanted me to answer, because people ask me questions all the time about my business. This was the time, so let's go ahead and get into the business. My business is an online clothing store named by the name of Endless Conceit. I started my business back in May 19th, 2017 is when I officially launched my business. So it's been June, July, August, September, October, almost 6 months now. It's November, it's almost 6 months on the 19th in a couple days. I actually started selling stuff from my store before I actually even launched, but like I'll get into that later. So I'm 23 years old. I'm a soldier in the U.S. Army Reserves. I just got back from my first deployment, hopefully my last, in February. Well, actually on Valentine's Day of 2017. When I came home, I started my own business. That's pretty much that. A question I get a lot is where the name of my business came from. So I'll start there. My business is called Endless Conceit. Conceit is C-O-N-C-E-I-T, and you know, conceited, arrogant, blah, blah, blah. The reason that I picked this name is because people say that I'm very conceited, which is really funny if you know me, because I battled with like low self-esteem for like a long time. So when I decided to do my business, I felt like I should incorporate something like that into it. Like that is what my business is about, like uplifting, you know, women, everybody, and you know, being confident in yourself and being okay with being comfortable with yourself. So I decided I wanted something like conceit, yada yada yada, and the endless part came in because I was just trying to pick, you know. So I'm just like looking at random stuff, and I have a tattoo on my side. That's my favorite tattoo. It's called Endless Knots, and I'll show it to you. See, the tattoo is called Endless Knots. It's a Buddhist symbol. You can look it up. It's pretty much what it talks about is like everything that goes around comes around. Like it's about karma. Me, I believe in karma like heavily. So I just was like, oh, Endless Conceit. So that's where I got my name from. And it's actually a question somebody asked me, so the question is answered. I believe Nika asked me this question. So that's the answer. That's how I came up with the name Endless Conceit. I believe what makes me different, I believe what makes my business different to everybody else who has a store or whatever else is that my message is like deeply rooted and like being yourself and showing people that you can make it from nothing. I'm not like Instagram famous. I'm not like the best looking thing out here. I don't have, you know, I'm not rich. I work hard every day. Like I still have a full-time job, okay, honey? I work every day. You know, I went to the military to get money for school. Like nobody's giving me anything, and I want to show people that you still can do whatever you want, no matter what are the circumstances you came from. I went from having, you know, being like years ago, having no type of confidence, no type of drive, no type of ambition, no type of love for myself, to pretty much like just jumping out there and starting my business. And it's working for me, okay? So boom, this is how I started my business. I was thinking about having a business for years. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to get into. So when I was overseas, I spent a lot of time on my computer on YouTube, like looking stuff up. And I finally decided like, now is the time. I was terrified to start a business, and I'm still terrified. Like every day, I'm terrified of it failing, of, you know, that people won't take to me good, or that I wouldn't have support, stuff like that. It terrified me. But the first thing I did is when I picked out my store name or whatever, I found a graphic designer to make my logo. But before I did that, I actually went on GoDaddy and bought the URL www.endlessconceit.com. So I felt like once I did that and once I got my logo made and my business cards, like there was no turning back. Like I had to do it. So I went ahead and took those steps. And the way that I found a graphic designer to make my logo and my business cards, I just went on Instagram and I searched, honey, I just searched graphic designer, hashtag graphic designers, logos, like stuff like that. And these they're right there. Like so much information, like when it comes to starting a business and whatever else, is right there in the palm of your hands. It's right here. Like all you have to do is do your research. You can Google some stuff, you can go on Instagram, all the answers are there. So while I was overseas, I couldn't get a business license, of course, because I was overseas and I wasn't in America to go get my business license. So while I was overseas, I looked for vendors. And what a vendor is they're like the supplier, like the people that I get the clothes from, to sell on my site. To find vendors, I had to do my research. Like I looked through Google, I looked on Instagram, and that's what I did. Vendors are risky and you're going to take a chance, but that's what you have to do. You have to take a chance and read reviews. If you find a vendor, Google them, read reviews, look for views on Facebook if they have Instagram page, looking at tag photos to see what's in it, and stuff like that. I started my business with about $3,000. And I know everybody doesn't just have $3,000 laying around. I didn't either. I got the money for my business from my deployment. I saved the money I got on my deployment. I saved way more than $3,000, but I put $3,000 aside for my business. Included in that $3,000 was buying my logo, buying merchandise, buying like ebooks on how to run a business, or promo tips, shoots, stuff like that. Once I got home, that's when I did like my first shoot. And as far as doing your first shoot and stuff like that, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be some big extravagant thing. You don't have to pay somebody $1 million to do a shoot for you. To be honest, honestly, even at the point where I'm at now, I still will, I wouldn't have no problem right now with taking like some cute little iPhone pictures, getting some friends, taking some iPhone pictures, and boom, putting them up like that. But my first shoot was done by my good friend Raven Williams, and she did it for free. To find models, I just like looked around and used like some of my friends, and people would do this stuff for free. You don't have to necessarily pay models from the jump if you're doing clothing or I guess makeup or whatever you want to do. So that's how I did my first shoot. I made my website, and I go through Big Cartel. Big Cartel works for me. I haven't tried anything else. Like, it's very simple. It helps me track my inventory. It helps me know like how much I sold of certain things, what works for me, what doesn't. So I use Big Cartel. You're able to like I said, I purchased my URL so that my website would be www.endlessconceit.com instead of endlessconceit.bigcartel.com. It was very easy to like set that up. They have the steps on GoDaddy to tell you how to integrate your URL into your Big Cartel. So it's blah.com instead of blah.bigcartel.com. So Big Cartel is what works best for me. I paid $20 a month for it. That's not bad at all. I made my website on my own. That's another thing. You don't have to start out paying people to do a bunch of stuff for you. The best thing you can do is try to do as much of it as you possibly can by yourself. Before I had my shoot, I went and got my business license. For my first shoot, I got like these bodysuits. I took them to the mall and let the people at the mall put my logo on them. And that's what we wore. I told my models, wear jeans, have your hair combed, do your own makeup. And they came and it was great, honey. Before I officially launched my business, like I built up the anticipation. I announced my business after I had all my legal stuff in order. Okay, I got merchandise, and like I will wear my own merchandise. I showed it on Snapchat, stuff like that, to like build up the anticipation. Like I wore my shades and stuff. People like, oh, where you get those from? Blah blah. I'm like, oh, coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Build up the anticipation. On my first launch date, May 19th, I think, I got like 5 sales, which that's not a lot at all, but it is great for your first day. Like it is great to have sales at all. Like in business groups and stuff, and they say stuff like, oh, it's normal to not get any sales on like your first month. Like that's normal. But I was just constantly promoting. Like I constantly promote my stuff. And that's what you have to do. You have to constantly promote. You have to wear your own stuff, promote your business, I have my business cards everywhere I go. Like I'm handing them out, talking to people. I'm like, oh yeah, I have a business, telling them about it, follow me on Instagram. That's all I can think of right now. But like I said, I told people to ask questions. So now we're gonna get into the questions that I was asked. Shay_Marie asked on Instagram, could you answer what steps it took for you to apply for your business license, and did you need it to buy from wholesalers? Thank you so much. Thank you, Shay. The answer to her question, the steps to apply for a business license. Okay. To be honest, I don't know them like off the top of my head, but it's really not hard. When I was overseas, I literally like Googled what you had to do. And I think like Wikipedia has like step by step. But when I went home, I went to the courthouse. I just drove to the courthouse, and I was like, I went to where the office for business license. Like, I'm here to get a business license, and they helped me. It costs money. It does. Like, I had to pay for the business license itself. I had to pay to register my business name, and I had to pay to do like something called a doing business as. My business, like my registered business name is Endless Conceit LLC, but I wanted to call my store like just Endless Conceit. So I had to do another certificate called it's like a doing business as. I can't fictitious something. I can't think of what exactly it's called, so that I can call my business Endless Conceit. I know I want to say I paid, I don't want to say no more than $200 to do like all my paperwork and stuff like that. But it's really not a hard process. It's a lot easier than I thought. The best way I can explain it to y'all, like, my business is an LLC, and what an LLC is, it's like, it's a registered business. And when you register your business as an LLC, it just protects like you. Like, so if something happens in my business, somebody tries to sue, they can't sue me for what I have personally, they can sue the business. Like, it's just a protection thing. It protects you. So my business is called Endless Conceit LLC, okay? So my clothing store is under that whole business license. My clothing store is called Endless Conceit. So that's what I got the doing business as certificate for. Now, if I wanted to start a corn dog business and I wanted to call Endless Corn Dogs, I would have to go get like another certificate and, you know, get that name registered, Endless Corn Dogs, but it would still be registered under Endless Conceit LLC, if that makes sense. So that's how I got my business license. And she said, did you need it to buy from wholesalers? Yes. Okay. You need to, for the wholesalers that I have, I don't know about everybody else, but that you are supposed to have this business license because it allows you to purchase things from them tax-free. It allows them to sell things to you tax-free. So yes, I would recommend getting a business license if you have like a store or something. Some things might not necessarily need one off jump, but if it's going to be something that you're going to be buying like wholesale from suppliers to sell to your customers, then yes, I would recommend getting a business license. The next question I have is from Imani Ford. She said, I do have a question. Do your friends and family expect a major discount all the time? That's the thing I'm struggling with now. Honey, let me tell y'all, people won't understand, or they might take it the wrong way where you say like you can't give discounts or a certain amount of a discount and stuff like that. Starting off, like me now, I don't have the money to give people free like things. My mom be wanting me to just give her stuff, but I try to explain to her like, you my mama, I would love to give you stuff, but I can't do that, honey. I need to make some of this money back so that I can, you know, keep my business going. And then I will get, when I get to the point where I can give you stuff, then I will. But really, I don't really have a problem with my friends. I don't really have that issue with my friends not like trying to like, I don't really have that issue with my friends asking for discounts and stuff like that. Most of the time I don't. The one thing I do deal with a lot is people that try to like message me and get out of shipping. They're like, oh, can I meet you? And sometimes I'm like worried about that because it's like a safety thing for me and them. It's a safety thing. And it's not even like, oh, can I meet you because I want to get this tonight. It's like, oh, can I meet you so I don't have to pay shipping? Then they think I'm going to get in my car and waste my, you know, drive out my gas and bring them something. That's crazy. But as far as giving your family discounts, you just have to learn how to say no and make them understand. If they don't understand, then the fuck. Okay, I have a question from Nice Stewart. She said, hey, what made you want to start your business? How would you know what type of business you wanted to do? Okay, what made me start my business? Looking at my Facebook memories from like 3 to 4 years ago, I always talked about wanting like my own business and stuff like that. The only thing about it was that I didn't grow up knowing that I could have a business. It was always, you know, in my mind that to have a business, you have to go to college and have to have all this money to start a business. That's what I thought. Like, nobody taught me otherwise. So yeah, I joined the military. If y'all don't know, I think I already said in this video, I'm in the Army. The Army gives me great benefits, but at the same time, it's not something I want to spend the rest of my life doing. I'm only a reservist part-time, but I learned through the Army, and especially on my deployment, that I don't want to live my life like working for somebody for the rest of my life. I like to be myself. I like to do what I want to do. I like to be creative, and the military is not necessarily the place for that. Of course, it is the military. Yeah, so I just felt like I have 3 years left in the military. If I need the military by the time my contract is ending, I have to re-enlist. So I'm trying to make it now that when it's time for me to re-enlist, I don't have to. So that's what really made me start it. That's what motivated me to really start my business. How'd you know what type of business you wanted to do? Well, I'm very girly. I'm like into makeup and stuff like that, and I just like beauty. So it was hard to choose at first, but then I came like, oh, I want to do clothes, cause like I love clothes. Like I like to look cute. So that's how I decided what type of business I wanted to do. Trilla K on Instagram said, what kept you motivated? Yeah, she has like 5 questions, so I'm gonna start and go. What kept you motivated? What keeps me motivated? There are times, like when I started my business and even now, like every day, that I have thoughts of like, I can't do this. Like, who am I to have a business? Nobody's gonna buy this from me. Nobody's gonna buy from me. Like, I had these thoughts a lot, like right before I started my business. I was terrified, and every day still I am terrified. But what keeps me motivated is that I know this is what I want to do. This is not something I'm doing because I see everybody else do it. This is something that I want to do, and I have I have certain things that doing this every day, getting up and doing this is going to help me be able to do in the future. And that's what keeps me motivated. I want to be a good example to my little sister and my little brothers, to let them know, like, you know, even no matter what circumstances we've been through or how many mistakes I made in the past, that you still can be somebody, and you can do it the right way, in your way, and like by being yourself. I'm very big on just being myself, and I want to influence other people to be comfortable with themselves and to go after whatever they want to go after. So that is what keeps me motivated. Did you set goals for yourself each month? I don't set monthly goals, but that's a problem. I need to set goals. But to start my business, I did set goals like, oh, by next week I'm gonna have done this. You know, by tomorrow I'm gonna go do this to get my business up there. As far as goals for my business, I want to get to the point, well, not necessarily for Endless Deceit, the clothing store, but for my brand in general, my goals are to, for one, live comfortably from my business. Two, I want to get to the point where, like, I'm hiring people so that I can hire ex-cons, ex-felons, or whatever else, because people don't give these people opportunities. And I feel like a lot of people that are locked up, they are good people, and then they come home and they don't have a choice but to turn back to crime, because the system just, you know, it's like, to hell with you. Like, you do your time and then you come back and it's still like you're doing time. So I definitely want to be able to give jobs to like ex-cons and stuff like that. I also want to build like homeless shelters. I want to be able one day to send like a few people to college. I want to do like, I want to get like involved in my community as far as like younger girls, and teaching them about like self-confidence, and friendships, and talking to them, like being a mentor to people, like being the person that I needed when I was younger, like telling young girls the things that I needed to hear when I was younger, from somebody who is not perfect, who didn't grow up, you know, with the fanciest things in the richest neighborhood. Like, I'm a normal person like you. I know what you've been through. I've been depressed, I've been bullied, and I made it through. You know, I've been in high school and I made mistakes. You know, grades wasn't A1. You know what I'm saying? But you know, just to be able to show people and tell people, like, don't give up on yourself. Like, you still have a chance. There's still chances and opportunities out here for you. When did you really start seeing profits? Y'all, I'm 6 months into my business and I have not seen a profit yet. Okay, that's the thing. If you get into a business, starting a business because you want money, you're in it. If you start anything because of money, you're in it for the wrong reason. I'm not saying this is why she asked, but I'm just saying you're in it for the wrong reason, and you'll probably end up disappointed. It's gonna take me work, you know, so I can get the coins. But it's what, almost 6 months in, I haven't seen a profit yet. When you start a business, you shouldn't, or you probably won't see a profit for, like, they say 1 to 2 years. What I do now is when I sell my clothes, whatever money I make, I put back into my business. So I don't touch my money. Have I touched it before? Yes, honey. I've touched my money before, but I don't do that anymore. You're not supposed to touch your money. You're supposed to put it back into your business. Everything you make, put it back into your business, okay? Or you won't end up with no money, stuck. Her last question was, how did you build your clientele? The way that I built my clientele, and I do have a few like returning customers, is I just like promote. I use all my resources and I promote. I constantly talk about my business on Snapchat. I constantly talk about it on Facebook. I talked about it when I meet new people, when I start new jobs. I tell them like, oh girl, follow my business page, or I got some cute shades you would like. And when you support, like when you are serious about your stuff, people will know and they will like be like, yeah. Like I even have boys, they share my stuff or they ask me questions about business and stuff like that to support me because they see that I'm working hard. So if you work hard, like people will support you. And that brings us to another point about support. When you tell people, oh, I want to start a business, they might be like, are you sure that's what you want to do? Like, how that's gonna work? You don't know nothing about running a business. But 9 times out of 10, those people don't have a business. They don't know nothing about running a business. Okay? So you cannot let people deter you from pursuing things that they have never pursued, something they can't do. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to tell you that you can't do it just because they can't do it. You have to try. This is what you want to do, you have to try. And I'm telling y'all, I am terrified. Every day I talk myself in and out of things. But at the end of the day, I still get up and I do it. Because I know this is what I want to do. This is what makes me happy, whether people are leaving me or not. If you work for something and you put the effort in, there's no way like God or the universe would deny it. Deny you having it. Like, you have to get out there and work for it. If you put the time and the effort and you truly like stay on your stuff when it comes to your business, you wake up every day, you thinking about how to improve your business or what you want to do next, and you're doing it like every day, doing something, even if it's something small, it will happen for you. Okay? And you cannot let people talk you out of going after your dreams. Okay? Don't let people talk you out of going after your dreams. Like, you just have to do it. You just have to do it. Okay, last couple questions. What's your experience on starting your business? Starting my business was like a great experience. It was very fulfilling. Like, it felt great, but it was hard at times, and I was scared of like people not like buying from me and stuff. Like, scared of not getting any support. But that went out the window, because once you start and you really like be doing the damn thing, people will support you, and the people that don't, you won't even care. How do I start my business? Like, tips, advice, and so forth. My advice for starting a business is start it for the right reasons, because that's what you want to do, and do something that you want to do, not because you see other people selling it and it might seem like it's easy or whatever. Do something that you know something about. Like, if you have never had a sew-in in your life, how are you gonna sell if you need some virgin hair? How? Like, stick to what you know. Or if you want to learn something new and incorporate your business in that, learn it. Know something about what you're doing. Like, I wouldn't go sell potatoes because I don't know nothing about growing potatoes. So yeah, that's my tips and advice. Just be you and don't try to copy what everybody else is doing. Do you, like, do what works for you. That's what works for me. Just doing me. More about promo, I feel like what's working for me and why people take so well to my company is that, like, I'm the face behind my company. I'm somebody who's accessible. Like I said, I don't have like 10 million followers on Instagram and stuff like that. If you write me and ask me questions, I write you back. You know, I follow people back. Not on my business page. On my business page, I only follow like my models back. But like on my personal page, I follow you back. I do YouTube. Like, I'm very accessible, approachable. Like on Snapchat, like I'm just goofy talking about whatever else. You know, just talking about stuff. I'm very confident. And I try to help other people be more confident. So that's what works for me. I also have a sister that's like very popular where we live. So I use her Instagram sometimes, and I will post stuff about my business on it. And she's very supportive and shares all my stuff all the time. So that's great. And I've surrounded myself with good people. Like, I have great friends. My friends are very supportive. Like I said, I have my friends, they do like photography for me. You know, they're constantly promoting my business. They're constantly uplifting me. They model for me, stuff like that. And at the same time, having a business, you're going to lose some friends, honey. And I definitely have, you know, because it's either I'm so focused on my business and trying to better myself and my future. And I feel like anybody who's not adding to that, they have to go. Because if they don't, they will have you on the wrong road, the wrong path, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure to support my business, please, and thank you. The Instagram is instagram.com/endlessconceit. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/endlessconceit_LLC. And our website is www.endlessconceit.com. All of that will be in the description box, of course. This outfit that I'm wearing right now is actually from Endless Conceit. This is the amber 2-piece set. I don't know if y'all can really see it. That well in black, which is, I think it's sold out. It's sold out, but we do have some other colors, and we do have some other things on the site for y'all. So yeah, if you have any more questions that you can think of, you can comment them down below, or you can reach me on any of my social media. I have any problems with answering questions for y'all. If there's anything y'all want me to go into more detail about, or anything else that y'all want to know, just let me know and I will make another video. Other than that, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it for y'all. And again, like I said, thank you. Follow y'all dreams, honey. Follow your dreams. Don't worry about what nobody got to say. You want something to do, start you a business. Okay? Bye.